Right, I think we're live. Right, we're live. Pop this. Yep. 4. Right, hello everyone. I am back making some more patches for the next Reason to Rise Soundbank. If you've been following me, you'll see I've been building this bank with you guys. I'm a trance producer, so if you're not into trance, just scroll on through. But yes, just gonna work away on this. Bubble on. Nice and loud now. But just washed on this, pull that really. Too gritty. But stay on this. One-fourth. Cool, do that. Chorus on it. Well. Pulls it away. Reopen. Kind of cool. Oh, it's almost like... Yes, that mic cable is doing my head in, but the problem is where I've got all this... it's the only one that works. I've got a short one. They're going to go across here around the back of the... Yeah, I don't want to go. But yes, this mic cable is doing... Actually, you know what? Bear with me. I'll sort this out. Right. Okay. Much better. What have you started? No, actually, it's been doing my head in for the last 2 or 3 streams. I've been so fucking sorted. Now, completely solved. It's kind of there. There we go. Done. Back to the sounds. Everything sound alright? Everything good? See me okay? Hear me okay? Good stuff. Right. So, what was I doing? This patch. This is like kind of a trancey lead. It's not an ARP, it's almost like a riff lead. Something like that, you know, like those kind of riffy. Awesome. Let's save this one then. Good. Right, we're gonna start create. It's almost like the saving daylight. There we go. Oh, this is filling up nicely, this one. But I want to know what you guys want me to make for these banks, because you're the ones who are going to be buying them. This is going to be the Reason to Rise Spire Bank Volume 2. Volume 1 is already available. So I want to know what you guys want on. Want more mid basses? Do you want more? What do you need? Well, I missed it. I'll go through what we've got so far. Right, we've got this battery acid. Kind of cool, this acid. This is straight out the box. There was no process on the channel whatsoever. This is straight out the box. Nothing else happened. Everything, all the reverb, all the effects, all the compression, EQs, all inside the synth. That's not an acid, but it could be. No, it's not an acid. It's not an acid sequence, but weep. Kind of cool. Acid sequence 1. Think face. Oh, ARPs. This is a Hock Tour. Cool. Basslines, 1998. And that one. A very coarse and type bass to it. Cool. We've got this bass. If you're on big speakers, you'll know about that one. This is the bass I've been using for years. I'd let you guys have it. Big fat fuck off bass. Tweaked up, actually. A little bit quieter than others. Proper bass, that one. Up. An offbeat meat. Bit of bass. Tweaking these. Bass up. There we go. Good. Nice little harmonic distortion on that. That's nice. Save that one. Right, next up, brass. So I was doing some brass pads last time. Put in the front. Yes. It is kind of like. Kind of swelling into it, kind of cool. I want to make sure that this bass starts at the same point every time. Open the pad, it'll get that. Cool. Do that again. Tweak some of these. This is the Stranger Things brass. Nice. Engine. This is a chord stab. The old school 90s thrill seekers type of stuff. Next up, Chucky, fucking whatever this is. Kinda cool. Then we've got the leads. This is a really big lead. Put this on an ARP. Kind of cool. That one's right out the box like that. Next up, similar one, similar like a kind of cool as well. Save that one. Old 880 kind of. What I've just made just now. Mid basses, pads. Pad, the epicness pad. Super pad, basin pad. plucks. One. Line me up. Then we've done some rises. And then I'll save this, I'll give it a second. Textures, right, so we're ready to go and start making some more sounds. I think we're going to do some more kind of stuttery aggressive stuff. I think I'll be clear with that. Right, how do you generally start new tracks? By finding a sound, then getting ideas from that? Or I start a track by sketching chords and sketching a kind of a riff or a motif, and then I'll decide what type of motif it is. Example, I'll do is I'll just go and get a piano. Find a chord progression. So I'll just find like a nice chords. B, I don't know. Once I got my chords, I'll then find a little motif to go with it. So something like a little motif there. Then I'll go and make a sound, or I'll find a sound I want to work off. So if I, for example, I'll take RP sound that we've done. I'm playing time, I'll go and turn the ARP on and play the chord. Something like that, and I end up building a track around that. Eternal Waves, yes, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for the question, Sasha. This is on TikTok, by the way. There's nobody bothering in YouTube, but watching it. All good. Anyway, back to making some patches. I think we'll do some more of these. We'll play on with the ARPs a little bit in the sequences, and we'll get some kind of cool going. Right. I'll try and give you a little bit of a rundown of what I'm doing. Zoom in on this TikTok so you can see. Me. There we go. Right. I'll zoom right in. Believe it or not, I was getting some bell ends on here. Yeah, don't preset one, yeah, you don't. What here it is. Right, there we go. Okie. So, wavetable. Now, if you Inspire, the reason why, I mean, I say I learned on Spire, I didn't, it's full of shit. One thing that helps you on Spire, helps you learn on Spire, if you really look at how this is laid out, the design of it, you see these kind of lighter grey areas, and they're kind of connected by these little things. It shows you the flow of the signal. A row there goes into here, then it goes into there. So basically, these are modules. You could say it's a modular synth, but it isn't because you can't move these around. If you could move these around and put them in different parts of the chain, then it would be a modular. But it's not. Additive, adding to the signal as you go along through. I could buy it bigger. I could. Already pretty big now. Right. So here we select our oscillators. Our oscillators are basically the sine, and it's a type of oscillator that you use, a type of wavetable. This is a traditional square sawtooth. Two of those voices put it on top of each other. You have this kind of like jaggedy shape on the saw. Every time you hit the key, it's got to start somewhere on that shape, and that's what this phase button's for. You can start it right at the beginning. Every single time you hit it, the sound is exactly the same. Give this 5 voices, and you can detune them. But all 5 are just a little bit out of tune with each other, and it gives you that waspy sound, you know? Bit buzzy bee sound. The less it is, get on top of each other, like meow, they're kind of phasing in and out of themselves. But you can density up. Now we can change this sound into a square. A square is like a jagged, say the shape here. You've got this kind of line and dropping line. Gives you that type of buzzy, you ever get a type sound. If we want that sound, we can layer it up with a second oscillator. This knob here is the volume of those, the amplitude. We're going to layer up a square with a saw. So we have 2 of those voices on this saw. So you have a saw and a square. Nice. And the third oscillator we're going to have as another saw. This time I'm going to put loads of voices on, really wide. I'm going to pan it a little bit, and I'm going to give it an octave jump. It's an octave higher than the rest. Now we're making basses. Now in here, each of these oscillators changes, and this little thing here, this filter input. Now you've got 2 filters, one at the top, one at the bottom. I can set each oscillator to go to each filter, whichever filter I want. So let's say we turn all these ones off now. This one we're going to send to filter 1. Filter 1 there. This second oscillator we're going to send to filter 2. So when I change filter 1, nothing happens. But here is a balance, so it's how much of each filter do you hear. I want it right in the middle because I'm going to be using both of them. This one hasn't got any filter attached to it, so I'm going to create a filter. Got a different filter. They've got different filters, have different shapes to them, different types of sounds, you know. Band passes, and that makes filters differently. Volume up on these. EQ down here at the very last, at the end of the signal. See this little arrow here? This is how you apply your effects, and then the bottom is your EQ. Our last sound. Now, these down here, what these are envelopes. Envelopes, they control anything up here. So any of these knobs up here you can control using these parameters. So for example, in here, this envelope 3, for some reason Spire automatically assigns this envelope here to the filter. So for example, this filter 1 would I do this like wow, wow. I want it to kind of like start open and then close really quickly. Get this pop. I can't do that every fucking time, so I need to create something that does it. And this envelope allows me to do that. So I'm going to set the envelope to the filter here. So it's filter 1. This is where I want the filter to close to. Pretty much really closed. This is where I want it to start. I want it to start really open. And then this knob, the decay, is how fast that knob closes this one. So yeah, just let them through a little bit of the filter. Set the velocity so the harder you hit it, it opens. Okay. If I want it to stay open, sustain knob. But you can hear that buzz coming through because oscillator 2 is only set to filter 2, and I've only got filter 1 here, so I want to put filter 2 on here as well. And then close that one. Then set the velocities, because what we're going to do is we're going to start playing around with some of the ops on here. I'm going to go into a step. We're just going to follow the steps. Close this velocity. So these sliders here control the velocity. Now, because we have the velocity mapped here, that the harder or louder the velocity is, the more open the filter is. The fact that these ones are closed, it means that when he hits this one, it'll be louder on that particular node. You know what I mean? Take it down, take it down. Curation a little bit. Ooh. Oops. There we go. Now if we just kill the bass on this, we can make a mid bass from it. Nice. So back to our signal chain. So we've done the oscillators, we've detuned them, densities, voices, we've sent them to their filters, we've applied the filters, we've controlled the filters using the envelope, and now we're going to go and take the signal and put it into some distortion, phasing, delay, and reverb. So this is basically allowing you, telling you which part of the signal you want it to affect. So the drive is how much kind of grit and distortion. The dry and wet is the dry signal, and the wet signal, wet being how much distortion. And this here, the high cuts and the low cuts, are just showing you which band it is that you're going to allow it to distort. I don't want too much, I just want a little bit of color. Kind of cool. Now, if you want some movement, LFOs, what they do is they kind of they change the knob based on a shape and over a certain amount of time or a rate. So I want to set this filter 1 and filter 2. How much do I want to do? I want about that much. I want it to follow the rate of, let's say, 1 over every bar. So it's 1 over 4, 4 over 1 even. 1 over 1, sorry. And this is what's going to happen is this is going to open the filter and close the filter based on this shape. And this is change the shape of this to a nice sine wave, so it's nice and starting to slowly open. We can go faster. So kind of cool. Maybe those levels are a little bit too high. If this were by an octave, maybe. Be that one up there and this one down here. Don't want to spend too much time on this one. There we go. That'll do. But a little delay on this. Width, make sure you get rid of the bass because we don't want the bass notes fucking around in the bottom end because that'll just muddy up your signal. When you try to put that on a kick drum, it'll sound like dog shit, so. Got a nice bit of colour, feedback. Now in the Matrix mod, what we're going to do is set the mod wheel to go onto the filter 1 and filter 2. Turn them up full, like when I open up the mod wheel on the keyboards. There we go, we'll save that one. That's going to be another bass sequence, I think. Create that bass sequence. Well, that sequence. Darren, when's your next track coming out? End of this month, buddy. I've got a collaboration over the vocalist. Really big up. Do follow my stuff, you'll enjoy that. Right. Nice. Next one. Next sound, what we're making. Oh, loads of comments, have a look. Hey Kunda, thank you very much. Great bassline roller, appreciate that. Sonic Sound, do you ever use the macros? I do. I'll probably go through all of these. I'll set them up a bit more and play around with them once I know what to do with them. Cause I like to get a little bit of those, but I'm just kind of do the raw sounds for now. People get bored when you. Same with. Playing with the resonance filter. There was no resonance filter on the last one, not much. Donk bass. Okay, right, donk bass. We might have different variations of that. There's a Liverpool donk, there's a UK donk, there's a European donk, there's a reverse, there's all sorts of donks, but we'll just get there. Basically, bass lines are genuinely simple to do. They just are basic. Goes a filter. The bounce in. Now I want to create like a pitch. Turn this one off. Oh, sorry, pitch. Pitch. Select choose pitch. Pull this back into a. Get that bangy house. Yeah, this needs to be a mono as well. Right, so now we're gonna. Not much more to it now. It's going to be a lot of processing now. We have this donkey sound in the UK. I don't know if I'm doing the right sort of sound. Kind of like Hardstyle sound. Donk, 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 donk. Beat. House, honestly. on this one, we're going to go and put a voices and maybe like a minor third. Want this kind of like, what the fuck? I thank you for the gift, appreciate it. Pop on that. Now it's Gabber. Just turn the distortion up when you're there. Kind of go rid of the tonality a little bit, so let's just play around with these oscillators now. Like that there's got a little bit too much of a... Here's no cut. Let me play around with a bit of FM on this because it's really brutal. Getting there. Nearly there. Balancing these oscillators. It's hard to do donk straight off the bat in here because I would like to use siren for this because you have much better wavetables. This is hard to do on a really basic wavetables inside of here, but there we go. Donkey bass. Done. Cool. That one was a bit interesting to do. Bass on this one. Donk. Or donkey. Gabber kick. It's a trance bank, buddy. I mean, but well, yeah, kicks. I'll try one. So, kicks are sine waves. Or saw waves. Or square waves when it comes to Gabber. Depends how fucking aggressive you want it to be. But normally, you get this type of... Got one. It's pitch. Oh yeah, they turn the key off. There it is. Caution. Ooh, there it is. So any of you fuckers who give me shit over the years, yeah, I didn't make my own kick drums. Form a cue. Oh, dick. Yeah, I put the envelope on filter now. That's not doing anything because there's no tonality. I turn the tonality off, so the resonance is not going to make a difference. But playing with the envelope on this is just going to be play around with that drive and distortion. I wouldn't be using Spire's distortion plugins for making the Gabber kick. Absolutely not. I'd be using something like almost to really fuck it up, you know. This is not doing much. I turn the key back on. Getting way off track now. Doing a Gabber hardstyle kick, Sasha. Took that far off. That in there. Spend all day on them. No, we're not. I've made this. We're not getting off. The Soundbank. It's going in there. This is the Soundbank. Put them. Yeah, I'm trying to make this enough just for everybody. I mean, TikTok, you guys, you're probably scrolling through, you don't know who I am. That's fine, and I prefer that. But I'm a trance producer. I've made my career in trance music, so I'll be selling this to a lot of my followers. I don't really have much of a footing in hardstyle or Gabber or anything else. So, but I do enjoy that stuff, but I don't want to kind of put too much of that in the bank. More of the trance stuff. But I do have fun making. Well. Oh, my microphone's cutting off. Can you hear me okay? Right, Sonic Sound. Can you make a Synthwave style pad? Yes, let's do that. Right, Synthwave style pad. So Synthwave is, well, it's emulating old vintage synthesizers, which is difficult to do properly. So, and especially in an additive synthesizer, because the old synths, they are modular. So is coming out and you're plugging in the routing the signal to here, routing it to there, routing it to here. But there are some like the old Moogs and stuff which aren't, and you get a very distinctive sound, and it's based on voltage. Absolute voltage is giving you the warmth and that fuzzy and the wobbles and stuff like this, so it's hard to get exactly right on a digital synth. Especially Spire. But we'll try. Synthwave pad. That's going to be more like a brass sound, so we're going to turn these filters off for now. I want to just get the... Because trying to emulate the sound of those synthesizers, the polyphony was quite low on those, so maybe 4 voices max, maybe even 2 even. And each of those voices, they would wobble in the, with the voltage of it. So we need to emulate this. So we're going to do that with all of the oscillators' pitch is going to be used in an LF wobble through them. Use a nice sine wave shape to the shape here to follow the wobble pitch. You got that? You can just hear it ever so subtly. Yeah, ever so subtle. Over a long time, I say a long time, but over maybe 2 bars, 2 to 1. Oh, too much. There we go. So you get that kind of. You can just hear it moving, right? But actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to put that on oscillator 1 pitch. Just that oscillator, and I'm going to take a secondary oscillator, put that to 2 voices. Then I'm going to copy this oscillator and 1, put this on 2 voices, paste it in there, And this one, I'm going to put in a different LFO, and I'm going to copy this LFO into here. To select 2 pitch, different rate, just ever so slightly different rate. Of square on this one. A little bit more of a wobble on this one. There we go. Polyphony's off shit. Now we're gonna swell into it and swell out of it. A bit of resonance on there. Too crusty on there. Now, nothing we can do with these pads is we can change the amount of cutoff. Instead of popping into the cutoff, I want it to swell into the cutoff filter. But I want it to hold it, so the sustain needs to be there. So whenever I hold that key down, the filter stays open. And then when I let go, ow. You can kind of see what's happening in this shape here. This is the swell into it. This is me holding it. Let go. Put a little bit of reverb on this. Sparkle reverb. Close that more, and you play around with this envelope amount and close that filter and the attack amount, how fast open up into it. Not go into it too much. Then we can also put this onto the resonance as well. The resonance kind of meow effect. Wow, pretty cool. If you put through some distortion, you get a little bit of warmth, but you need to close these filters so it's barely working, it's barely touching it. Cool, huh? You open up the filter, you get this big sound. Now, you can thicken this up depending on which synthesizer you're trying to emulate. So if we can put this onto 4 voices on this oscillator, and we put on like 7 voices or something on this oscillator, give it a little bit of detune, more density, a little bit more density, you get a fatter sound. Pretty much. That takes away that synthwavy feel. Yeah, it takes away it. Same, so keep it on lower voices, 2 voices on each. Bit. That's kind of cool. I like that. Good shout. Good shout. All this, Shit, what the fuck? Completely. What has happened? Weird. '80s baby. Let you put a limiter on this output once. Guys, to be clipping. There we go. What's next? What is next? Well, Dad, thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Thank you, James. Also, Resonance Filter Kunda. Hey, Darren, what do you think about this chord server idea? It's a good idea. Absolutely fine idea. It's just time. It's just time and someone to go through everything and whatever. But I'll get round to it when I can free up some time. Loads to work on the label and loads of things in the works right now. But it's Sonic Sound. I love synthwave basses as well. Yeah, I like the growl basses. So let's make one of those. Oh, Stu, thanks for joining. So, growl basses, synthwave basses. Yeah. Again, it's going to be a similar thing. Let's go with maybe a pulse wave modulation sound on this. We get that type of thing, right? Again, we're going to have the swell. Kind of cool already, right? Well. Question on this, definitely. That is kind of like. Without the synth of a. So, question is, retrig or no retrig? Now, retrigger, if you guys don't understand, because a few guys are synth sound designers in here, so a retrigger is, you see in this box here, this is the shape of the wavetable, and you can change the shape. And the retrigger is where on this shape does the sound start, and this is what this line's for. It's called a phase button. Now on most synthesizers, there's a little button where you click retrigger, and that means that every time you hit the note, it will restart from the same point in that wavetable, so you get the same consistent sound every time you hit the note. If you don't, you get this kind of little movement. It starts in different places, and it moves around, whereas if you turn it on, it's so now consistent. Then now it's not. It's sloppy. So it depends on what sound you want. And for a bass in modern stuff, I don't want to have the retrig on, so you hear it consistently. Synthwave less predictable. I agree. Back in the old days, those synths didn't have them. This sloppy sound is better, in my opinion. So let's go and put a run ARP on this. Put this on 1/8. Oops, follow the step. Run that over 8. Maybe 16. But fast. If we turn that re-trigger on, you'll hear the difference. There we go, see? This little, on the ARPs on certain synthesizers, the old day you either had like an arpeggio which would trigger the synth, or you had one built in which were really expensive back in the day. You can hold these trigger notes at the type like. That's like an old synthwave type bass. Are you gonna? This is kind of cool. 7th. Probably better on the runner, wasn't it? A little bit of warmth. Almost an acid now. This is how you get your acids. So basically, pulse width modulation. It just changes that shape of the wavetable. A bit of distortion on that. Get an acid. We're not going to do that. Put that back. I think that's pretty much there, I think. Happy with that. Throw a little bit of delay on this, high end delay. Bouncy feel out of it. There it is, nice squelch. High resonance. Nice, tasty. Good call, whoever. There it is. Good call. Let's put a little bit of highs on that actually. Pull that bit mid. Nice. Right, next up, that's a bass. Well, that's an 80 baby bass as well. Let's call it an 80. Good call. Right. Have we still got any viewers left? Well, the trans guy's buggered off. This is fun. This is fun. Right, let's let you guys help out with some suggestions on what to do with the sound. This will be fun. Back over to you. I like this pulse wave. So EM sync is another thing, but it's more of like an effect, to be honest. It's very difficult to get this to sound right. You can make vowels out of this, make it talk. So we can go to a chorus, a phaser, and turn the vowels on this as well. Do something with this. So we'll do a nice little rhythm on this. to a different filter. No, what's happening here? Right, I want oscillator 1 to go into filter 2. I want filter, there we go. I want oscillator 2 to go into filter 1, and I want the balance in the middle. There we go. Turn that valve down. There we go, and I want to put this on a band pass. And we're going to put this onto filter 2 as well. Poor. And that, there we go. Nice. We're talking bass now. Cool. Save that as a bass. Talking bass. Right, a Reese bass. How do we do Reese basses? So Reese basses are basically the pads with a sub on them. So they're normally 4 to 5 voices split over 2 octaves. No mod envelope on the filter. And they have a mono legato flow on them, so it's 1 note at a time and it bends in. Maybe we'll just put that for 1 voice. We'll do this, not 2 voices actually. 2, spread them. That's it. Well into it ever so slightly. Filter just a little bit, not much. Then we're going to make oscillator 1 pitch, wobble. Oops, no we're not. We're going to use the LFO to control the wobble. Want this pitch to wobble slightly, really quickly as well, maybe 1/8. Let's sustain on that. Second oscillator. And the bot in the bass. If you were, and this is going to really break your speakers if you listen on these speakers at home. Yeah, techno uses Reese basses all the time. Trance does as well. Get them right. Second oscillator, depends what you want. It depends what you're going for. So personally, I don't like too much going on the Reese basses. I might have a bit of white noise maybe in there, but I want a secondary oscillator to go to the secondary filter. Then have more control over this. This will be really thick, really dense, really wide, really detuned. Nice kind of getting close, and then tidy it all off, I'm going to have a little white noise. Turn the key off. Right, which filters is it going to? This one? There we go. And I'm going to set that secondary oscillator to a different pitch wobble. So a different LFO, that'll be oscillator 2, pitch. So I can hear it, and let's turn the speed up. These just balance right, the filters, then link them. You open one, you open the other. Parallel. Why are you not fucking linking? Guys, put it in the Mac. Mod 1 are going on to filter 1 2 2 oh. Nice. Give it a little bit more of a swell, I think. A bit more of a bend. There we go. Perfect Reese bass. Not perfect, but it's good enough. Reese bass done. Right. Can I do a heavy Moog bass? We've just done one. Well, not the Moog bass. It was the best you can get out of Spire for that type of stuff. I done a kind of a 80s retro. You got one of them type of kind of bottom end heavy ones, but I need to focus a bit more on the trance sounds because this is for my followers. I make trance music. As much as I love doing all sound design, and I really do enjoy doing all sound design, I must keep on spec, if you know what I mean. When you make something like the Chicane offshore pluck, good call. Let's try. So, very basic to be honest. More like a Nord, isn't it? I think I was doing on a Nord synth, which is like a one oscillator, two pitched, two octaved. Not far away already. Yeah, there's not much to these, to be honest. Maybe not too much. They're softer, like a. But we need a bass retrig on it. Definitely need the reverb. It's a reverb that makes those types of sounds. Those types of sounds work, and the delay, in fact. So let me get that right. Not far off at all, huh? Jon van Dijnhoven is in the house. Hello, sir. We're doing sound design today. Teaching all these people about actual trance sounds. That's pretty much there, guys. There's not much more I need on this. Maybe some delay. 3/16 one side and 1/4 on the other. Nice high. Bit of a feedback. There we go. Bit more feedback, less colour. Go one step a little bit further. We can probably. I don't even want to double up this voice, to be honest. It fucks it up. But like, we can now put a little bit of a wobble on the pitch. So let's add the envelope instead of the LFO. You go on the LFO to go into the pitch. I want it to wobble like really quickly, but ever so slightly. There, you hear it? And it adds a little bit of. There's that. Pretty much there for that nod sound. There we go. Keep that as a pluck. Call it nod chicane. I'll go through and tweak these just to. That's a bit more subtler, more subtle. Cool, excellent. Right, next up, what we're doing next? Do we do? I don't know if Jon's still here. A Jon van Dijnhoven type sound. That'd be kind of. That relies on square leads with shitloads of distortion. Odd distortion. Even more than that, to be honest. Ooh, loud. Get rid of the bass. Too much distortion. Much resonance. Oh. Put another patch on this. Ah, thank you, Jon. He is here. I'm making one of your beautiful... Not as poppy, the more kind of... But what's it? Power reverb now, delaying. Nearly there. Give us a bit more of a wobble as well. Remember our LFO, we're going to go on to probably our first oscillator. We need to actually split these up into different filters because I want that. And I want the secondary filter to have its own envelope to pop into. There we go. Drop it down an octave. Thank you, Jon. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Thank you for the gifts, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you somewhere soon. Hope you enjoy the patch. I'll name this one after you. I'm going to call it the JVD patch. Love it. Everyone go and follow Jon van Dijnhoven. What a guy. Yeah, I like this sound. This is cool. Jon patch. Now, I've got the reverb fully works. I want to be able to have this to be used right out of the box. But in general, while I wouldn't use like this in a track because it's so busy and it relies so much on that reverb's tail, I will be having the reverb on ascend, which I'll be sidechaining from the original sound. So when the sound stops, the reverb out. You can't do that inside of the synth, unfortunately. The only way you can do that is a clever way, and I'll show you. And this way you start getting really intricate with sound design. It's not just the sound that you're going to start designing, it's going to be the effects as well. So we'll do it on this one to show you what I mean. So that reverb is really cool, right? But I want it... But dry, it's not so good. What we're going to do is we're going to shape the amount of wet on the reverb by using this little stepper thing here. This little stepper thing, simple little line, which we can curve by doing that. Whoop. And we're going to make sure it's over 1/4, so I want it to kind of swell into every beat, whoop, 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 like that. I want it to start on 1, and I want it to finish on 1. One box. We're concentrating on the whole sequence, just this one box. Then in the matrix on the modulation, you have all these available. All synthesizers do this pretty much. We're going to set step 1 to control the amount of fucking bottom reverbs, dry, wet. I want it to go fully wet by here, whoop, 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 whoop. A bit too fast, so I want to go over half a beat. Not even on there, there it is. Matter of fact, we'll even We'll do that on the filter as well. Okay, close the filter. And filter number 2 as well. Ooh. As you can start to see, you can start modulating pretty much. There we go. You get that swell. You know? Kind of cool, right? That's cool. Probably get more out of this. Voices on this. Nice. And you can actually do this over more, so you can now maybe this over 4, so you got 4 of these to go, and you can do like this. Make it like wobble. Whoa! Fuck yes! Well. Turn that filter down. How cool is that? Sequence 1, you got any studio sessions to follow on YouTube down? I don't. I normally go live and just do these things. I don't have any plans. I just fucking fuck around. But I do tuitions for sound design, music production, in trance music or whatever. Well, if you want to hit me up privately, that's possible. But I don't. I should do some of these. But I want to. That's really cool, right? Who likes that? Hands up. And we can swell this one back up to there. Get that. I think it's leaving it down. I think it's better down. Nice. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm going to save this one. We need a name for this. So we're going to call this lead. Do it in here instead. Create. Call this face melt. Oh, this bank's building up nicely. So the first pack, we had quite a few acids and mid-bass runners and stuff, and I don't want to overdo that. We're kind of cool. This is available now on r2rmusic.com. Go and get it. r2rmusic.com. These are all. I don't want to do too many more of these because they've already been done, you know. But I think this bank. Pretty decent bank. So anyway, where we at here? We don't. Yeah, the leads are better on this one. Not better, but different. So this is a nice, big, super uplifting lead. And this arms up one. Then face melt, I'm really liking this one. Allowing my latest track and work and use a lot of the presets from this pack. Ah, cool, man. Good stuff. But that's what they're for. They're for to use big fucking patches. Right, what we're making next. This pack, this is going to be the Reason to Rise Trance Volume 2. It's not done. I'm working on it right now. The first pack's already done. That's available. Reason to Rise Volume 1. This is Volume 2. Working on it right now. Oh, the first one. R2R Trance Volume 1. Right. Can you make like an anime sound? I don't know what sound I have. Spotify, you won't be able to see or hear this. Give me a track of theirs with like the sounds in. Siren. Okay, so that's like, it's a lot of pitch wobbling in there, but we can try. So. Right. So it's got, 2. So this has got a rate thing on it, so it's got like a, okay, there's an LFO that's going to be controlling the filter, I think, is what I hear. No, what am I doing? 1 second. Yeah, I can't have both on. Duh. One or the other. Here we go, right. Be on a... So I'm trying to kind of find out the whether it's an LFO that's controlling that pitch. So there's two things happening. There's a pitch is happening on the actual amp, on the envelope. It's the oscillator itself has a pitch wobble inside of it. Then there's something controlling the rate of the LFO on the filter. So there's two things happening. I don't know which order they're happening in, so I have to play around with it a little. That's swelling now too much. It needs to be. So I need to change that back to it. Oh shit, where the fuck it is? Yeah, gonna. So it's kind of like there's two things happening. One like a I'll just shape the sound. Really short. Really short sound. Bear with me on this one. Trying a couple of things at once here. Getting there. What about some Atmos, Darren? Is there more to it than just using the synth? Yeah. So the atmospheres, I don't like to use the ones inside this inside of VST synthesizers because they're not really designed for that. Apart from Siren, Siren's got some really decent reverbs and delays. Lots more modulation you can do. Whereas, to be honest, Spire's reverb is a bit shit. To be honest, it's very difficult to get it right. So this is like kind of the rate thing. So I'm gonna like try and do this with the knob. So this control. But kind of like doing that while pitching down. You know, I'm like down. It'll be hard to do actually, with one hand. But what we're going to do now is we're going to control this rate using an envelope, or even we'll use a stepper. So we'll start from there and we'll go down, start on 1, finish on 1. And we're going to do it over 1 bar. And then we're going to have stepper 2 control the rate of LFO3. So stepper 2 control the rate of envelope 3. Get this done. And then we're going to do the same on the pitch. There we go, something like that. Kind of there. And that one's got a bit more of a, you know. But I'm going to turn that off because that's going to be difficult for somebody to use. But we will use it on the filter. There we go, so it kind of swells into it. That's kind of cool. Nice. A few more voices on that. More trancey. Cool. Call this one L O LFO. Would you use a macro to control the rate? Yeah, you can do that, sure. But yeah, it's either the macro to control the rate or you can use a stepper to do it. But if you want full control over it, you would turn that off. Just put that there for now. Let's go and use macro 1, mod 1 to control LFO rate 3. LFO 3 rate, sorry. Get this type of like... I need to hold that sustain on the envelope actually. You could also, I suppose, you could use the mod 1 to do the pitch as well of envelope, oscillator 1 pitch. It kind of goes up as you... Or even the opposite, so... yeah. That's kind of cool. Good call, good call. That's yeah, let's leave that on. Then we'll also maybe, I don't know if this will work, but on the master out on the EQ, low frequency off. Nice. That's a cool sound. We can even more of this mod. We can even kind of increase the detune amount as well on oscillator 1. That detune amount gets really fucking fucked up. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to call this one the Wasp. Get a new one because it's very similar, but we'll call it the Wasp Wobbler. Good call. Sonic sound. Good call. That's cool as fuck. Right. What we got going on here? This bank's filling up nicely. Cool as fuck. What we're doing next? Right, what we're doing next? We'll do a couple more because we're wrapping up soon. It's like 20 to 10 in here, so I've got about 20 minutes. So let's do a few more. Ah, Angelus is here. Nice to see you, buddy. Acids. Acids. Yeah, this is all free. Should be charging you for this stuff, right? But you can book me for tuitions if you wanted to. I'll go a bit more in depth and kind of give you a rundown of what you need to know. Once you understand some of the fundamentals, it's like, I don't know how to do it. If you understand that when you were at school when painting, right, and you had the 4 main colors, right? You know, when you would paint like blue sky with your yellow sun when you were a kid. If you accidentally mix them together, you got green, and you didn't realize where the fuck green come from. It's just the same thing. You got a few fundamental wavetables and a few fundamental modulations, and then everything else can be built from that, you know? Right, acids. So, the key to a good acid, now depending on what job the acid is going to be doing. So you can have acid bases, which is different entirely to kind of the acids, the 303s that the TB303 does. Everyone loves those little Roland TB303s, that's the famous. But the majority of the sound that makes the acid cool as fuck isn't really the sound that comes from the TB, it's the distortion that you put on it after. And there was, back in the day, you would take the 303, which had a really kind of like annoying little sound in it, to be honest. You would take that and put it through a guitar's distortion pedal. It was like the Boss, yeah, there's an orange one, I remember. So it's really high resonance, and what resonance does is it creates this peak from the EQ. And this peak has a harmonic, and when you move through the harmonic and the distortion, it distorts the harmonic, and this is where you get that color from. The Boss DS1, that was a bad boy, yeah. You get that meow sound. That's where your beautiful spot is for your acid. That's all that came out of that TB303. Not much more than that. Might get away with doing like a... Maybe that's too big. No. It was just a classic saw that came out of it. Might get two voices on this. I'm going to give this a nice bit of mid and a bit of bass cut. And what you're looking for is that that really vowely sound. And then you go into your distortion. There it is. That's where you get the sound from, the ow. You have different filters as well, so the bandpass filter is a kind of the faster. And you can pop into it by... Now we can start playing around with the acid rhythm. There it is there. So I'm playing around the distortion here just to get there. Depends how much you want, how aggressive you want it, you know? Don't want it too aggressive. Now we can also go on to the velocities. Like we have different types of distortion. Have some play on this. Fourths. What we're going to do is we're going to set the velocity to open the filter more on those accent notes. Do that by turn the velocity down on this ARP sequencer and we go into... Oh, no we don't, we go into here, sorry. Into the matrix, and we set the ARP step to the filter 1 cutoff. There it is. Have a little bit more of a release on it. What have I done? I fucked it up. What have I done here? Why does that sound like dog shit? What's happened? Something's happened. What did I do? It's glitched. Shouldn't be doing that. See? There it is, right, okay. Cool. Pull this up and down maybe an octave. Put this. Oh, it's an art wheel, fucking. There it is. Cool. I said, right, we'll do one more. What we're doing now, and I'm going to wrap up, guys. Really cool hanging out with you lot. Just any. Oh god, PPK reservoir. Oh, PPK reservoir pluck. Right, so that's going to be a sine, isn't it? Bit of 2 up. Pitch. Oh. Oh, no fucking wonder. I'm using this. Oh, never mind. This is a problem with Spire. So envelope 1 isn't an envelope, it's an amp envelope, which means it's basically it's controlled all of your oscillators. That goes, whatever comes out the output is controlled by this envelope 1. You should never really touch this, to be honest. Excuse me. I'm going to control all of them. So all I wanted to do was create the oscillator 2. I want that choo-choo sound, that zap pitch to come out that one. Now. Yeah. Something like that. Do I get that pop right? A little bit still not right. Alright. Oh, the phase, that's what... Like that, dude. Something like that, but close. There's a filter, that's why. There we go, nice and bright now. We can go one step further with that, you know. I mean, there's 1,000 PPK plucks out there, so I'm not going to bother put this one in, but we can really play around with this. That's creative with it, play around with. Go down a bit. Bass down. Oh, thank you, Lowy. Appreciate that. That's cool. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Bad, like. All that sort of growls and wobbles. Doesn't like being played together though. Too much distortion on this. Maybe there. That'd be like a distorted version of PPK. A little bit too much distortion. You turn the distortion off, and one of these oscillators is too low. That one, oh, there we go. Get rid of that fucking bottom end, was just being a dick. That's better. Go really low, now you'll get that big growl. Ooh. The resonance on that. filter a bit. That's cool. Bit more of that. We're on a roll now. This one, that's a bit wider. This one, a bit more. And then we'll give it 9 voices. And we'll do on the first one, picking that up as well. Bit of deech. There we are. Nice. What of a stab now, isn't it? The reverb's got too much bottom end in it. A little bit distorted, like that. That works. Open up that. Nah, it's a bit fucked that. Fucked it up. Doesn't matter, we'll turn that one off. Right, guys, I appreciate this. If you want to help a brother out, you can go and buy Volume 1, which is available now. These have got a lot of acid in them. A lot of you already have, I know that. And I appreciate it. These are available right now. They're all fucking gritty. The micro packs, so they're not full banks. So basically, the full acid, a few basses in there. I've replicated a few of some of the famous sounds. And there's a couple of leads. All of them. Some mid bass in there too. 2 pads and a couple of plucks. These are micro packs available on r2rmusic.com. So go and help out and get some of them. And I'll be back in tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I've already got more in this bank. I'll fill this out. Well, one more column. I do normally about 30 to 40 patches. It's like 10 in each bank of these. So I'll do 10 more maybe. Volume 2 will be ready. I don't want to do full banks. I like to do the micro packs. Don't want to oversaturate the banks, you know, with the same type of shit. So, right, guys, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, like, share, follow.